Hey, what's up, guys? It's mid-June. It's June 15th, 2019 to be exact, and I'm patrolling some of my favorite morel woods, actually, black morel woods. Even though the season's been done now for a few weeks for black morels, really just wrapped up recently for the yellows, but I'm out here looking for another mushroom that I really love. That's oyster mushrooms, specifically poplar oysters. So there are several oyster species, but this is the main one I go after. It's like the spring oyster, and that's because they start growing during morel season right at the end of it, which is when I'm out and about, and they grow on dead poplar trees, which are all over the woods that I hunt for morels, so kind of just makes sense. So these mushrooms grow on any dead poplar wood, any tree that's in the poplar family, so that'd be your quaking aspen, your big-tooth aspen, or your cottonwood. I always forget about cottonwood, but yeah, it'll grow on any dead poplar wood, and there's a lot to talk about with this mushroom, but I want to make this a quick little video, so let's try to get to it. So first of all, here's an example. Here's some fresh little oyster mushrooms. I mean, you can tell by looking at these, they're pretty fresh. So let's run over a few things. They're white in color to grayish to like a palish brown even sometimes when they get older. They have true gills underneath, running all the way into the tree. They don't have a real stem to speak of. I mean, just a little bit of one, but they almost grow just as a cap right out from the tree. So a lot of times I see these people posting pictures they think are oysters online, but they've got these huge long stems. Most of the time those aren't oysters. They're always growing from wood, never from the ground. They smell like black licorice or anise, not anus. That's really important to make that distinction. I wouldn't eat a mushroom if it smelled like anus. Let's see what else. Yeah, people always get that one confused. Like, I've seen people on the internet saying, "Oh, I heard these taste or smell like anus." If it smells or tastes like anus, just stay away. That's probably going to get edited out of this video, but maybe not. Anyways, otherwise they're just, that smell is really the dead giveaway, and there's not a ton else that looks like them. Later in the summer you'll see angel's wings, which look kind of like them but smaller, and they grow on all sorts of types of dead wood. And there's conflicting reports on those if they're edible or dangerous, so I just stay away from them. But this time of year in Michigan, late May, early to mid-June, is the normal window for oysters. Everything is a little later this year because of the cold spring we had, but in general, sometime in May or June is when you're going to find these. Not any later than that. So during that time of year, if you just focus on the smell, the look, and the fact that it's on dead poplar trees, it's going to be hard to mess it up with anything else. So anyways, yeah, if there's any more features I can think of when I get home, I'll kind of throw them in this video, but otherwise, let's pick a few more, and then I've got to drive home. Alright, so I got my little baggie right here. I'll just throw that down, and I like to cut these as close as I can to the base of the tree. Oh, look at this thing. Wow, that's cool. Big, I can't tell if that's a crane fly maybe. Whoop. Yeah, it was some type of crane fly just resting on the mushroom. Here's this little crane fly I just disturbed. He was just hanging out under the mushroom there. Pretty cool. Anyways, I'll let him be, but he was chilling in my mushroom and I want that, so sorry not sorry. Alright, anyways, here we go. I like to start, get as close to the tree as I can, but I don't want to get, I don't want to be pulling wood off the tree. These mushrooms are so fresh and tiny that it's a little bit harder, but yeah, good thing to see here is no bugs have gotten in there. I actually managed to beat the bugs to a cluster of fresh oysters, which is kind of hard to do, but, here we go. Nice little batch there. These things always need a little bit of cleaning when you get them home because they've got tree bark and stuff like that on them, but these are about as clean as they get. Zero bugs, which is hard to find. Really hard to find with oysters, but here we are. Here I'm just going to show you a close-up of what this all looks like. I mean, nice white mushroom. They got gills running all the way down into the tree. You can see the cap practically grows out of the tree. there's just not, I mean, these are nice, but they're just a little old. They're getting buggy. But you can see, they grow in these clumps. Look at all the water coming out of there. And this is what they do. They grow right out of the tree here. It's a dead aspen tree. So you can tell this is an older flush of mushrooms right here. None of these look any good to pick just from looking at them. They've got dirt all over them. They're in rough shape. They're kind of tattered up, and they got bugs. I can tell they got bugs, but it's the same. You can use those same features. It's growing out of what is clearly a dead aspen log. These ones are a little more yellow in color. That means they're older. Same thing over here, and these ones have bugs all over them. These ones are a little bit fresher, but I still don't think I want them. But they do come in different flushes. I've seen evidence of at least like 3 different flushes while I've been out today. Like the oldest, the medium, and then what I see right over here is from the most recent flush. These are pretty fresh. Well, right here something happened and that looks pretty messed up, but right here these are nice, pure white in color. Most of these look like they're going to be good. You can see some flies sticking on them, but for the most part these are looking really nice. And look, here's even some little pins coming on right there. A bunch more are going to come right out of there. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about these guys really. Oh, here's a big one over here. Wow. This is a big one. So this is what they look like when they have been out for a little while and the conditions are right. But you can see not much of a stem. It's like here's that little, right here's where they attach to the tree, but it's like the whole cap just kind of comes out from one area. And yeah, just a really nice smell to them. I think they're a really pretty shroom, but and they're a pretty good eating one too. A nice collection of oysters out in this little patch of woods right here, and right next to the road and right next to my car. I mean, you can't beat that. And then I can still come out here and see all this other cool stuff like the cup fungi that are out. You've got all these little mushrooms that are out. Overall, it's pretty cool to come out and see all this stuff. Look, I always like spending time in the woods. If you're watching this and like, wow, that's interesting, or even just it piques your curiosity a little bit, you don't have to be an expert to go out and do this stuff. You don't even have to eat mushrooms the first time you find them. You just want to go out and explore. I urge people to just get out in the woods, especially this time of year, because it's quiet. There's not, during morel season you get so many people out there, but this time of year it's quiet. There's not a lot of people. Just go out and explore. And if you find some interesting looking mushrooms, obviously you don't want to go and just eat them because they look cool, but pick them, bring them home, do some identification features on them, run them, post some pictures on a forum. I'm on a bunch of mushroom forums. It's the only way you're going to learn is to get out there, get some experience. Every year I have people tell me, oh, I want to get into the mushroom hunting so that it looks so cool, it looks fun, but I don't know what I'm doing. Just go. Just get out there. You don't have to. That's how the only way you're going to learn is by getting out there and doing it. And I always like to help people when I can. Send me a picture of something and I'll see if I can identify it. But there's a lot more to it than just posting pictures. That's what everybody wants to do on these forums. But just get out there. Take some stuff home with you. Buy a little mushroom book for $15 and just try to start learning. Do some spore prints. That's where you put the mushroom down on like a piece of paper or a piece of glass or something and see what color of a spore print it deposits. That's an ID feature that you can do. Just where is the mushroom growing from the ground? Is it growing from a tree? Is it growing around certain kinds of trees? Is it growing, does it have a stem? Does it have gills? Does it have false gills? Does it have pores? All this stuff might sound confusing at first, and there's a bug on my lens. Just get out there and try. And I'm going to try to make this video short, so I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully I covered the oyster good enough. I'm trying to make this a quick little video. I do want to apologize that it's taken me so long to get my morel videos up there. The season has, in my mind, officially ended. Last weekend I went out and found some, but it was wrapping up quick. And so, I'm sorry that I didn't get morel videos out until after the season was over, but I've started a new job and I was so busy with that and going out and hunting and stuff, I just didn't make the time to edit my videos. I'm going to try to get those up there as quickly as I can, but I wanted to get a quick little video highlighting the oyster mushroom up as soon as I could because it's one of my favorites. because it's easy to find, it's easy to ID, and it's pretty tasty, and it's often overlooked. And I think it's a really good one that if you're into mushrooms at all, you should give the oyster mushroom a try. That's I would say it's a really good first mushroom to go after if you missed out on morel season this year. So anyways, I'm going to wrap that video up there. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, thanks.